Hey everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are having a great Monday today. Yeah, actually I shot this on a Sunday, and then I was just like, it's too late, so now I'm uploading it on Monday. Not that you needed this extra information, but here we are. So today we are going to talk about seasonal depression, and seasonal depression या किसी भी तरह के डिप्रेशन के लिए सबसे अच्छा जो दिन होता है बात करने के लिए वो होता है मंडे. क्योंकि मंडे को चाहे कोई डिप्रेशन हो या ना हो, सब इमर्ज होने लगता है, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm screwed. So I'm sure you are also having that one of those oh my god, I'm screwed moments after your weekend is over. So let's talk about seasonal depression. I've made a full episode actually previously about why we feel depressed on Monday and why we feel so anxious and why do we experience Monday blues. Similarly, seasonal depression also has like very similar origins. Just like जब मंडे आता है तो हम उस एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम उस एक लाइक वीकेंड से निकलने की वजह से भी फील डिप्रेस्ड एंड एंशियस, बिल्कुल उसी तरीके से जब सीजन्स चेंज होते हैं, सीजन्स के अकॉर्डिंग हमारा मूड भी चेंज होता है. Now there is a common like misinformation going on that you only feel depressed when there is a thing that has happened in your life, where there is a crisis. But you can actually feel depressed because of no reason at all, or because your surroundings have changed. Sometimes people, for example, feel depressed when they move out of a city and they go to a city and they take some time to adjust to the vibe of the new city. Or when they move houses and their entire, where they sleep, where they wake up, all of that changes and they feel a little depressed. I think homesickness, that is why it happens. Not only when when you start hostel or something, when you move out of your parents' house, you don't feel homesick just because you miss your parents, but you also miss familiar environments. I think that's why also we end up feeling depressed. Just like that, seasonal depression में जब आपका season change होता है तो season के साथ आपका bodily and mental comfort भी change हो जाता है. And that has a huge impact on your psyche and the way you behave. For example, the seasonal depression can be for anything. One season for you as a human being can make you really happy, and one season can make you really depressed. If I take my case, then I feel extremely depressed when there are clouds, when there is not much sunlight. Now I am not someone who thrives on sunlight necessarily, but जब मैं बाहर जाऊँ तो मुझे थोड़ी धूप दिखनी चाहिए, थोड़ा थोड़ा खुला आसमान दिखना चाहिए, थोड़ा like 5-6 बजे शाम के अगर रोशनी है, then I feel like this is my natural normal routine. So when winter start and it becomes 6 बजे like बहुत अंधेरा हो जाना या फिर मॉनसून में एकदम क्लाउड्स हो जाना, that just depresses me as well. So I also go into a gloomy mood, a mood or a dark mood literally, and I feel very claustrophobic and I feel very annoyed for some reason. Like I just went to Northeast और शिलोंग में 5-6 बजे एकदम धूप अंधेरा हो जाता था, and that just really depressed me. And सुबह 4 बजे ऐसी धूप हो जाती थी कि जैसे 8-9 बजे हुए. And I am not a person who gets up at 4 a.m. So my entire body clock changed. So when I came back from like 5 days in Northeast, I took like a ton of time to just be accustomed to this new thing, to be accustomed to this new routine of me living in Delhi and me living in a part of North India, which is normal to me. So that's what I'm saying. बाहर कितनी सनलाइट है, बाहर कितना क्लाउडी है, बाहर कितनी बारिश हो रही है, ऑल ऑफ दोस थिंग्स रियली हैव अ इम्पैक्ट ऑन योर मूड. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर बहुत ज्यादा बारिश होती रही तो शुरू में जब बारिश होती है तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, एकदम रोमांटिक सा मौसम हो जाता है, चाय पकौड़े खाने का मन होता है, फैमिली के साथ बैठने का और अपने आप को ब्लैंकेट में लपेट के मूवी देखने का मन होता है. लेकिन जब बहुत टाइम तक बारिश होने लगती है, then you're like, when will this stop? Like this needs to go away from my life. I need to see sunlight, especially if you come from like areas जहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा rainfall नहीं होती है और सिर्फ monsoon seasons में rainfall होती है. So that is something that you need to like accustom yourself to. Like I am someone who grew up in North India and then I went to like Calcutta for 5 years of law school. And in those 5 years of law school, I was just like, it's so humid and there is no winter. And I am a winter person. I'm not a summer person at all. मुझे कितनी भी ठंडी हो जाएगी, you can just keep on like wearing clothes and just like snuggle in a blanket. But summers में आप क्या ही करोगे? Like there's so much sweat, so much humidity. And even though I come from a relatively hotter place when it comes to like humidity and everything, still Calcutta's humidity was something I couldn't handle. And at the same time, absence of winters, just December, January में हम एक पतला सा स्वेटर पहन के घूम रहे हैं, it just really screwed with my mind. So that's what I'm saying. If when familiar things चेंज, और देन जिन तरह के मौसम की आपको आदत है और जिन तरह के मौसम में आपको अच्छा लगता है वो चेंज होता है, तो आपको नए मौसम में अकस्टम होने में दिक्कत आती है। और उससे ना सिर्फ आपको फिजिकली चेंज करना पड़ता है कि आप ज्यादा स्वेटर पहन रहे हैं, आप पंखे का स्पीड एंड ऑल ऑफ दोस थिंग्स, बट आपकी साइकी पे भी असर पड़ता है। एंड आई हैव फ्यू टिप्स एंड ट्रिक्स जो मेरे लिए काम आते हैं, दैट यू कैन ऑल्सो probably try and get out of seasonal depression. First of all, figure out which season you like and just like chalk out a pattern. आपको क्या अक्टूबर में डिप्रेस लगता है तो अक्टूबर ऑटम प्रोबेबली दैट दशहरा दिवाली का मौसम, दैट जब मौसम चेंज हो रहा है, जब मॉनसून जा रहा है और आपका ठंड शुरू हो रही है, ज्यादा जल्दी शाम हो रही है, मे बी दैट इज द सीजन दैट डिप्रेसेस यू, मे बी यू आर मोर सनलाइट डिपेंडेंट, सो देन दैट्स योर क्लू. सो वंस यू फिगर आउट अ पैटर्न, जब आपको अक्टूबर में बुरा लग रहा है, देन you can also chalk it to your pattern and be like, okay, I'm not depressed, I'm not feeling like, I'm not sick, my life is not really going to the dogs, I'm just like seasonally depressed. So even just the acknowledgement or the realization of that fact really helps. Second thing is try making peace with it and try going out. जैसे 5-6 बजे जब बहुत ज्यादा अंधेरा हो जाता था शिलोंग में, and first day I was just like, oh my god, this is horrible. But then for the next 2 days, we made it a point that we went out. We couldn't go out and see things. Obviously, everything was closed by 4 or 5. But we at least went out for walks and we figured that okay, 5-6 बजे अंधेरा हो जाता है तो कैसा लगता है, उसकी भी अपनी एक ब्यूटी है, हर तरह के मौसम की अपनी खूबसूरती होती है. So just going out just really helps, and just like meeting people, just if you just cooped up, because बाहर का मौसम बहुत खराब है, you just cooped up in your room because you don't want to see what's outside, it just makes it even like 10 times more depressing. So just going out really helps. And third, please eat, drink and sleep. A lot of times when we are depressed, when we are anxious, बहुत सारी चीजें, आई नो ये मैं थोड़ा मम्मी पापा जैसे साउंड कर रही हूँ कि आप सुबह जल्दी उठो सब ठीक हो जाएगा, ये नहीं कह रही हूँ, बट अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स when we are depressed we lack energy to do a basic things. Either we sleep too much or we sleep less, or we don't eat, or we eat too much, or we eat junk food, or we don't drink water at all for like hours, we don't take a shower, we don't wash our face, and after that we're like, oh my god, why are we depressed? So we are doing all of these things because we're depressed, and because we're doing all of these things we become more depressed. So it's a vicious cycle. So try keeping your routine bare minimum. मैं ये नहीं कह रही अपना पूरा स्किन केयर रूटीन करो, but take a shower, have water. कुछ नहीं तो आप बड़ी 2 बॉटल की बॉटल्स अपने बेड साइड पे रख लीजिए भर के, तो आपको बार बार उठना ना पड़े तो एनर्जी नहीं लगेगी, बट एटलीस्ट यू विल नॉट बी डिहाइड्रेटेड. Sometimes our mind plays tricks with it. Our body follows our mind doesn't follow our body. But sometimes in some scenario, a healthy mind actually resides in a healthy body. So if you are dehydrated or if you are hungry, you will not be able to think straight. So just eat, drink, keep your routine straight, and of course reach out to people. जब सीजनल डिप्रेशन होता है ना, तो मैं ये नहीं कहती कि आप सोशलाइज करो. जब आप डिप्रेस्ड होते हो तो आपको सोशलाइज करने का एनर्जी नहीं होता है, वो स्टैमिना नहीं होता है, which is great. Completely agree. Don't go out and party. Don't go out with big social circles and all of that. But आपकी लाइफ में कोई वो एक ऐसा इंसान होगा जिसके साथ आपको ठीक लगता है, जिसके साथ आप साइलेंस भी इंजॉय करते हो. If that person is not in the same city, call them, text them, do anything. But I think it just really helps if you just talk to people that matter, that you can enjoy silences with, that you can also, you don't have this added pressure on yourself कि मुझे interesting बनना है, because if you are seasonally or depressed due to any reason, you are not interesting, you're not going to be. So like as an extrovert or like an ambivert who is more on the extroverted side, I feel always the pressure कि अगर मैं किसी के साथ interact कर रही हूँ, I need to keep the conversation going, I need to engage, I need to talk to them, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes you need to be with people where you're low on energy, who can do that part for you. Or even if nobody is playing that extroverted part, you can still chill and feel fine. So that's really great. So yeah, these are few tips that make me get out of like seasonal depression and get my act in place and still do things and still enjoy my life. I hope you like it, and please let me know in the comments below or DM me on my Instagram. My Instagram is linked down below. कि आपको ये एपिसोड कैसा लगा और आपको ये लॉन्ग फॉर्म एपिसोड्स कैसे लग रहे हैं. I'll see you guys on the next one.